Listen to Cory, our COO, take a live call with one of our sales reps at a seller appointment and what we talk about to make sure we get the best deal for ourselves while also serving the seller to meet their needs. You won't want to miss it. Stay tuned.
Yep, coming in loud and clear.
Which one? You said that toilet. Which picture had that toilet?
Oh, there was just one, and it looked like a very brown stained bowl. But what's the situation? What's going on?
Unless I sent you the wrong one, one of the wrong ones. Okay, but anyways, so the dude's a pilot, doesn't spend much time there. So what he wants to do is sell this house to get out of debt. And he's going to go rent somewhere around here because he's got a daughter that is in Utah that comes and visits a lot, but another daughter in Meridian. Dude is from Kenya. It's good stories, man, from what he's already told me. But anyways, so he's got a HELOC for $154K on the property, $1,000 a month. His debts are about $60K with the car, with credit card and all the other stuff. The property needs updating. He knows that. He knows that their stuff needs to be fixed. Time frame of looking about 2 to 3.
John, that cut out for a second. Yeah. Would you mind repeating that time frame?
2 to 3 months.
Okay.
Could be a little bit longer. He's not in a huge rush. Didn't have to sell it. He's made sure he said that. The major stuff like roof, furnace, water heater, all like 4 to 5 years old. There is an HOA that's $60 a month. He doesn't want to do anything with terms. He doesn't want anything he had to deal with the note. He wants to just get cash and get out of debt. Pay that debt off.
What kind of debt is it? Is it mostly credit card or do we not know?
Car.
$60,000 for just a car?
Credit card and car.
Oh, credit card and car.
So what does he owe total?
And so he owes about 100. Was that 160 or 180 total?
Total with the HELOC 214.
Oh, okay, 214.
Yeah, the HELOC's 154.
Yeah, and that interest rate's probably tripled over the last 2 years.
Like 7.9%, I think he has. It's like $1,000 a month payment.
Can you confirm the address, Cory?
And this is 1456 West Wright Street, there in Boise.
Yes.
Yeah, close to.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, close to the airport, close to the interstate.
Yep.
Okay.
Buy some big, I don't know what this commercial something is, but it stinks like freaking, smells like fish.
It smells like fish?
It smells like fish. It smells like power bait. You ever smell power bait?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It smells like power bait, dude.
Okay, and is this a townhome or a single family?
It's not detached. I think it's a townhome, but it's attached.
It is attached, and it's a townhome. Okay. All right. And have you two talked about? So we've got timeline of 2 to 3 months. He owes $214 on it. He's looking to get out of debt. Right now, that HELOC's probably eating away at him a little bit, and as well as his other debts. And he's got a place to move to.
Not yet. He just go find a place to rent. So he's been looking at some places, but he hasn't really done like full blown research and stuff. But he said, credit wise, he's not going to have an issue with getting the place or anything like that. Because I said, well, I mean, what happens if you start looking for places you don't get approved? So, that's not even a problem. My credit is like 750 plus. So,
okay, and
he said it won't take him that long.
Got it. Okay, and so this is a townhome. I see 2-bed, 1.5 bath. It needs some repairs from what you showed me. It looks like it's got some of the big ticket items have been replaced in the last couple of years. Owes $214. And have you spoken to him about what he's hoping to get for it?
No, he wouldn't give me a number. He wants to get out of debt. What he did tell me though is he did have an offer a couple months ago for $314 cash, and he turned it down because he wasn't ready. He's got a buddy who he's going to end up going to work with when he leaves the airlines that offered him $300 cash, but that wasn't going to be able to close, or he wasn't going to be able to do anything until January for that. I anchored at the high hundreds.
Got it. So less than what he owes.
Yeah.
And how did he react to that?
said I would laugh and say goodbye.
Okay.
We have like this Kenyan, it's like a Kenyan, like Britishish type of accent. It's funny, but yeah, it's he's like I was just laughing and say goodbye. Okay. So not saying that's what we would pay, but I'm just telling you what I've been seeing when I looked on my brief research on the way over here.
Got it. And so for townhomes, I mean, you just picked up in Boise a couple of townhomes that were similar size, right? The ones on Poco Loco?
Yep.
But those were terms deals, not cash.
Right.
Yeah. And so for something like this, he's already turned down the 300, or is it just because he wasn't ready yet?
It's because the guy wasn't ready. Oh no, he turned down the 314 because he wasn't ready yet. The 300 guy, that guy can't have his money available to make the purchase till January.
Got it. Yeah. So looking around the area right now, like this thing probably would retail just over 300. I mean, it tax assesses the most recent 2024 tax assessments 305 on it.
Yeah.
And you probably would have to list it from what else I'm seeing around here. Do you know how much the HOA is?
$60.
Oh, that's pretty low for an HOA for a townhome.
Yeah. He said they don't do shit.
Okay.
They mowed the back and all those fucking crooks. They don't do shit.
Okay. I mean, you're probably looking in the low 300s. Maybe we can get 325, maybe 330 out of it if we're going to list it on market. It's just you're always going to be a bit lower than any single family here.
He said there's one on the corner that just sold or something like that for like 340.
Can you describe the condition a little bit?
340?
Can you describe the condition?
Like the neighbor, like right here, I think it's 1470 West Right.
Okay. We can try to pull that up. I'm not seeing that. Also, that just because they had it listed for that doesn't mean it actually sold for that since it's a non-disclosure state.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what I told him. But we don't know. I'll find the exact number, but.
So I know you sent me the photos, but can you go in a bit more detail about the condition of the property right now?
So the downstairs, I mean, it's got the two different types of flooring, which I mean, that doesn't, but it doesn't look terrible. It just doesn't look good. Really.
And that's like a laminate and hardwood, or what are they?
Yeah, it's like a laminate. It's the exact laminate and a hardwood.
Okay.
The kitchen, I think the cabinets are okay. I didn't see, I got up close, so I didn't see really a lot of like scarring or scuffing or whatever. So it looks like the kitchen might not need a lot, but once again, just really except countertops and maybe a new backsplash if something like that, and paint. Upstairs, obviously the stairs would need new carpet on the stairs, new carpet up to the master. In that secondary bedroom, it's got looks like some other laminate, wood flooring, laminate, whatever LVP, whatever that stuff's called. And then that's got that accent wall. So that accent wall looks kind of cool. If you just, you gotta, I don't know, but it just needs probably, I'd say, anywhere between 30 to 40K at least.
And it's not that big of a place. Only just over 1,100 square feet.
Is it that small? I'm gonna go back to the Zillow. I thought it was like 1,700, or maybe I read a different.
No, tax assessed has it as 1,156. And just so you know, that other one that did sell, that was 1470 West Right, was fully renovated in the last 4 years.
Yeah. What did it sell for?
Now we don't know the exact sale price, but
okay.
Yeah, the estimate was 340 on it, last listed. So that's basically your ARV, right? If that's at 340 and this thing you think needs 30 to 40 grand to work, like maybe I was aggressive on what I thought I could sell for on market. Maybe we're really right around the 300, probably 299 mark. And so if that's the case, what that puts us down in probably like the 246 range for something we could do on equity protection.
For a novation?
Yeah.
What about a cash number?
Yeah, I mean, you already talked cash with him, right?
Well, when I talk cash, I'm anchored in the high hundreds.
Right. And realistically, we probably can't do much better than that. Maybe you could push 200 for just cash.
Which I don't think he would take because he owes more than that with all his debt on what he's saying. I mean, I know the debt of the car can still be paid, but paid monthly. But okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, and so the question really is like, how long can he keep doing this? Like, what do you think
Yeah.
his next step is here if this doesn't work out?
He is going to. He doesn't have any like set plan. He doesn't have to sell it. It's not like a need. There's no need here really. I mean, the only thing that it's more of a want is to not have that HELOC thing. So
And so he
I
would
think
he
what
would
he's
trade
going to
that
do,
for renting for a while.
that's what his plan is. Yeah, he's not going to buy. He's never going to buy again. He said, "I'm never buying again."
Mm.
He's 80 years old. Doesn't look 80, but he's 80 years old.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if he's not going to do something with us, then I mean, is he just going to try to list for sale by owner in the future? Would he just find a buddy who's a realtor and list with them and hope he can get what he wants for it?
Well, he would probably wait until that dude that he's going to go work with buys it in January.
Mm. And he's already got that in writing.
No, he doesn't have it right. I didn't ask him, but I doubt he has it in writing.
Yeah, that might be a question to ask when we get there.
Yeah. Cool, man. We'll go in and see what happens. You never know.
Good luck.
All right, brother.
Go get it,
Talk
John.
to you soon.
So let's summarize that real quick. So he called from a seller appointment.
Yep.
And the seller's sitting inside the house right now.
Yes.
And so that's a live call about 45 minutes into the appointment after he's asked some hard questions. Can you pull that?
Mm-hmm.
After he's asked some hard questions, gotten to the truth of the situation, uncovered that the seller's paying is a car debt, plus he's got that HELOC. So it sounds like John did a really good job here of like uncovering what's going on with the seller's situation and what his pain is. So that's step one.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what we want our sales guys to say or know before they step out and ask, where do I need to be at on price? And that's also why we don't give them the price of where they need to be beforehand or have them comp it themselves. Is because of that exact example. We want them to focus on the seller situation, getting to the truth, and figuring out what their pain points are.
Yeah, exactly. And we had the call recording from when we scheduled this appointment, and he had said something similar, like, "Oh, I've had people offer me this."
Right.
Well, all he's doing is trying to high anchor.
He's posturing.
He's posturing. He's trying to high anchor whoever's going to go out there to get him a better number. Did he disclose to us? He actually very explicitly said, "Well, I'm not going to get into my financial debts with you," in his British accent, which actually was really fun to listen to.
But he did.
But he did in person. But he absolutely was not willing to talk about that over the phone.
Interesting. Why?
Because you didn't have a relationship with him. Why would you air your dirty laundry to someone you don't have a relationship with?
And this is why not only do we get more deals in person, we convert at a higher rate, but we also get significantly better deals, deeper discounted deals in person.
Mm-hmm.
That exact reason.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what's next? John's going to go in, he's going to talk to the seller, and now really it's about, hey, is there anything preventing you from moving forward as long as it's a good fit today? Gets him to say no, and then we can get into numbers. That's our permission to get into numbers.
And we would have already asked that question at the very beginning. It's
Right.
part of our opening script that we go through to know whether on the step out call we're just going to talk about next steps or action steps, or if we're actually going to talk about numbers. And in this scenario, he did get a yes, he's confirmed he was willing to move forward if the numbers made sense. And he actually gave that to us yesterday as well. So it's something we can reference from the intro call.
Love it. Love it. Okay, perfect. Any other thoughts that somebody that is trying to scale out a team or maybe has their first acquisitions hire or something, any other context of how that conversation goes or something that they can use today to help them?
The biggest thing I would say is that John did the right thing here, getting to why does he want to sell? What's he going to do next? Oh, he's never going to buy a property again, right? That's really key to get out. What's the future state look like? What is the goal? And because he was able to get to that, like I have a high level of confidence, John understands the situation. Now, we might just not be the right fit. However, he was willing to build enough trust to get, here's all my debt, here's all my bad financial information, here's what I'm going to do in the future, here's my family structure and where I want to be spending my time. And then, even if we're not a right fit today, we've built the credibility to potentially be the right fit in the future.
Yeah.
And that's why it's okay that we don't close this deal now, because there's a chance we actually get it at a deeper discount in the future if something else changes. If all of a sudden he gets another debt, he has anything else happen in his life, he's got to take care of additional family members, he might be in a position where he says, I just actually need to get this done before January. How can you help?
Yeah. And that's why the key question is that you said to John on the phone is, when you go in there, what's he going to do next? Like, if we're not the right fit, and we established that shortly after he called us and he goes back in and starts talking to the seller about numbers and everything. If we're not the right fit, what is he going to do?
Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely key. Hey, it doesn't sound like we're the right fit here. So what are you going to do? Right. And then the seller starts feeling that pain and stress of like, crap, what am I going to do? I don't like the number you're giving me, but what's my backup plan? And oftentimes you see that's when sellers squirm the most because the reality of the situation is hitting them, right? And so that's fine if we're not the right fit, but let's at least help you make a plan to get from point A to point B, and that's how we can leave the appointment and get a future contract building that trust.
Yeah, and we sometimes even use this line, like some people on the team wear hats, some people don't, but you actually can like take the metaphorical I'm the buyer hat and put on the I'm the advisor hat. And by doing that, like actually making the physical action, sometimes that changes their viewpoint and say like, right, you're not my buyer anymore. And
Yeah.
then you can have like a discussion like you're a friend, or like if you're seeking counsel, what should I do?
Yeah. And like having a physical, most of our guys wear hats to the appointment.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a good tip. Literally taking your physical hat and saying, hey, I'm not the right fit. I'm going to take my buyer hat off and I'm going to put on my advisor hat and just put, like, you literally just take your hat off. And now you look different, you appear different, and it
changes.
It changes things. Yeah. And then you can ask questions like, off the record, what were you hoping for? And then they'll tell you, they'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Nothing really changed, just the perception of the sales pressure being gone. And now, oh, we're no longer like negotiating. You're just here helping me. You're just a neighbor. You're just a friend. That's what we're going for.
Absolutely.
Love it. Okay. So that was a cool call, live in action.